Think back for a moment. Is there a bread that reminds you of family dinners, holiday gatherings, or a favorite cafe? For many of us, bread is tied to memories as much as meals. But beyond the nostalgia, not all breads work the same way for senior health. In this video, we'll break down some classic choices and show how each one supports energy, digestion, and long-term wellness. You'll see which breads can be everyday staples and which are best enjoyed just once in a while. Let's begin our journey into the stories, history, and health lessons baked into these loaves. Arepa. Arepa is a power bread, a savory cornmeal flatbread from Colombia and Venezuela, loved for its warm, soft middle and lightly crisp outside. For seniors, it is especially suitable because it has a soft crumb, is easy to chew, naturally gluten-free, and can be adapted with simple fillings to add more nutrition. First created in pre-Columbian times among indigenous communities who revered corn. The name is thought to come from arepa, the Kumanagoto word for corn. By the 19th century, they had become a daily staple in both Colombia and Venezuela, and today are made in many forms, from thin, griddled arepas to thicker versions stuffed with cheese or beans, to oven-baked loaves used for sandwiches. Nutritionally, they provide steady carbohydrates for energy, magnesium for muscle and nerve support, and small amounts of fiber that help with digestion. Because they are naturally gluten-free, they can be a good option for seniors who are sensitive to wheat. When filled with protein-rich foods such as beans, eggs, or cheese, they can help support muscle maintenance, steady blood sugar, and sustained energy. However, when prepared with too much salt or paired with processed meats and cheeses, they can add more sodium and saturated fat than is helpful. Those living with high blood pressure or heart concerns may find that lighter fillings such as vegetables, beans, or lean poultry make arepas a better everyday choice. Choosing low sodium or dairy-free variations also makes them gentler for senior health. So, the best way to enjoy arepas is one medium serving a few times per week, paired with lean protein and vegetables for balance. For these reasons, we place arepa in the B tier. A power steady energy bread that fits well into a senior optimized diet. Bagel. Bagel is a performance bread. A savory, ring-shaped yeast bread that is boiled before baking, giving it a glossy crust and dense, chewy interior. For seniors, it provides quick energy, but can be heavy and salty, so portion control and choosing softer whole grain options makes it more suitable. Bagels first appeared in Central Europe with the earliest written record from Krakow, Poland in 1610. By the 19th century, they had spread to Jewish immigrant communities in New York City, where they became a cultural and culinary staple. Today, bagels come in many varieties, from plain and sesame to everything bagels, sourdough bagels, and softer whole wheat versions that are easier to chew. Nutritionally, bagels provide carbohydrates for energy, and whole grain versions add fiber that supports heart and digestive health. When paired with proteins such as eggs, salmon, or nut butter, they offer better balance for seniors, helping with muscle support and blood sugar steadiness. However, bagels can be quite dense and high in salt. For those who need to protect their heart or kidneys, or who find heavy breads difficult to digest, it helps to enjoy smaller portions or to choose mini bagels and lighter toppings. Toasting can make them easier to chew, and splitting a bagel makes it less likely to overload on starch or sodium in one sitting. So, the best way to enjoy bagels is to have half or a small whole grain bagel on occasion, paired with protein and vegetables for balance. For these reasons, we place bagels in the C tier. A performance chewy energy bread that fits well into a senior optimized diet when portion controlled. Baguette. Baguette is a performance bread, a plain French loaf with a crisp golden crust and a soft, airy crumb. For seniors, the light interior is pleasant, though the crust can be tough for sensitive teeth, so gentler bakes or softer slices near the center are often better choices. The baguette became popular in France during the 19th and early 20th centuries. A law in 1920 that limited bakery night work is often credited with encouraging the baguette's slim shape, which bakes more quickly than traditional round loaves. Today, baguettes are found in many forms, from traditional white to sourdough and whole grain variations. Nutritionally, baguettes provide quick carbohydrates for energy. Pairing slices with heart-healthy fats such as olive oil or with protein like tuna, beans, or cheese helps slow digestion and provides better balance for older adults. Whole grain baguettes, when available, add extra fiber that supports cardiovascular and digestive health. However, standard white baguettes are low in fiber and can cause a sharp rise in blood sugar. Seniors with diabetes or weight concerns may want to choose whole grain versions or enjoy them alongside high fiber foods to blunt the impact. And because of the hard crust, some may prefer toasting thinner slices or choosing a softer loaf to avoid chewing strain. So the best way to enjoy a baguette is 1 or 2 thin slices with meals a few times per week, paired with protein and vegetables for balance. For these reasons, we place baguette in the C tier, a performance quick carb bread that fits well into a senior optimized diet when eaten in moderation. Banana bread. Banana bread is a power bread, a sweet, quick bread made with ripe bananas that bakes into a moist, tender loaf. For seniors, it is especially suitable because the soft crumb is easy to chew, and it can be enriched with nuts or whole grain flour for added nourishment. Banana bread became popular in the United States during the 20th century as baking powder and baking soda became common in home kitchens. It quickly grew into a household staple for using up overripe bananas. Today, banana bread appears in many forms, from traditional loaves to lighter whole wheat versions or variations with nuts, chocolate, or spices. Nutritionally, bananas bring potassium for healthy blood pressure, vitamin B6 for nerve function, and natural sweetness that reduces the need for added sugar. When paired with whole wheat flour or nuts, banana bread also offers fiber and healthy fats that support heart and digestive health in older adults. However, many recipes use large amounts of sugar and butter, making banana bread high in calories and not always blood sugar friendly. For seniors managing diabetes or weight, lighter versions with reduced sugar, whole grain flour, or applesauce for moisture are a better fit. Chopped nuts add protein but can be hard on sensitive teeth, so softer mix-ins like blueberries may be more senior friendly. So the best way to enjoy banana bread is as a small slice on occasion, ideally made with less sugar, balanced with whole grains, and paired with a protein such as yogurt or nut butter. For these reasons, we place banana bread in the C tier. A power sweet comfort bread that fits well into a senior optimized diet when portioned wisely. Biscuit. Biscuit is a performance bread, a savory quick bread from the southern United States that rises tall with a soft flaky crumb. For seniors, biscuits are gentle on the teeth, easy to chew, and comforting, especially when served warm. Biscuits gained popularity in the 19th century with the introduction of chemical leaveners such as baking soda and baking powder. In the American South, they quickly became a staple on the table, made with buttermilk or cream for tenderness. Today, biscuits appear in many forms, including classic buttermilk biscuits, drop biscuits for a quicker bake, and cream biscuits for extra softness. Nutritionally, Biscuits provide quick carbohydrates for energy. When made with whole wheat flour or paired with protein-rich foods like eggs, beans, or yogurt, they can support digestion, steady energy, and muscle maintenance in older adults. However, many biscuits rely on butter, shortening, or cream, which can make them high in saturated fat and sodium. For older adults who are watching their blood pressure or cholesterol, lighter versions made with less salt, olive oil instead of shortening, or whole wheat flour can be friendlier to senior health. So, the best way to enjoy biscuits is one small serving once or twice a week, paired with lean protein and vegetables rather than heavy gravies or salted spreads. For these reasons, we place biscuits in the C tier, a performance soft crumb classic bread that fits well into a senior optimized diet when enjoyed in moderation. Brioche. Brioche is a performance bread, a lightly sweet, buttery French loaf with a golden crust and a soft, airy crumb. For seniors, it is very tender and easy to chew, making it pleasant to eat, but its richness means it is better suited as an occasional treat rather than a daily staple. Brioche has roots in Normandy, France, where enriched breads using butter and eggs were developed as early as the 15th century. It became more widespread by the 17th century, appearing in French literature and evolving into the iconic loaf we know today. Common forms include brioche à tête with its small round top, braided loaves, and brioche buns often used for burgers or sweet breakfast breads. Nutritionally, brioche provides quick carbohydrates for energy and is very easy to digest. Its soft texture makes it senior friendly for those with dental sensitivity or chewing difficulties. At the same time, the butter, eggs, and sugar in brioche increase calories, saturated fat, and added sugars more than most breads. For older adults watching their heart health or weight, these qualities can make brioche less suitable as an everyday option. Lighter variations can be made by reducing sugar or using plant-based butter alternatives, but brioche still works best when reserved for special occasions or occasional enjoyment. So, the best way to enjoy brioche is a small slice or bun once in a while, paired with protein such as eggs or nut butter, or used for a celebratory breakfast like French toast. For these reasons, we place brioche in the D tier, a performance-indulgent bread that offers comfort and softness, but is best kept as a treat in a senior-optimized diet. So let's quickly review how our breads rank today on the Senior Guidelines tier list. In the B tier, we placed arepa in the power category, a versatile bread that provides steady energy, especially when paired with healthy toppings. Moving to the C tier, we had banana bread under power, tasty and comforting, but usually higher in sugar, making it better as an occasional treat. Also in C under performance, we placed bagel, baguette, and biscuit, all delicious in moderation, but they tend to be denser, higher in refined carbs, or heavy in sodium and fat, so portion control is key. Finally, in the D tier, we ranked brioche under performance. While soft and enjoyable, it's one of the richest breads with a lot of butter and sugar, so it's best saved for special occasions. As you can see, not all breads are created equal. Some can provide steady energy and easy digestion, while others are best enjoyed sparingly. The goal isn't to cut these breads out completely, but to understand which ones truly support healthy aging, and which ones should stay as occasional indulgences. So which of these breads do you enjoy the most, and how often do you include them in your meals? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this ranking helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe for our next video in the bread series, where we'll continue uncovering which breads are best for your health and vitality. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.